Hey guys, happy Monday. So I am actually going live literally in my kitchen. We have not meal prepped this weekend because I've been doing it more during the week since weekends are a little bit more recovery and just kind of changing things up in our house. So I wanted to go live actually meal prepping a really simple lunch snack idea that you can use for the kids, yourself, your spouse, especially if you like you work outside the home or inside the home. It doesn't matter. It works for everything. I know a lot of people messaging me all the time, like I feel like I'm too busy. Like I have all these goals that I want to hit, but I feel like I'm too busy and can't ever meet them. And so if you feel like you don't have time for your goals, I want to show you some easy ways to actually get there. And this is why for those who live like really busy lives, whether you have little kids, whether you work full-time outside the home, and you have kids that are in sports and stuff, meal prepping is going to become like your best friend. And I know it sounds really daunting, like it's going to be this huge mountain of a task and stuff, but the more you do it, the faster you get, the easier it becomes, and it becomes such a lifesaver for you. It's insane. So whether you're working outside the home or inside the home, you can reach your goals. So if you are watching, my name is Meg from Meg Rogers Nutrition Coaching. Hit your favorite icon or say hi, let me know that you're here. So one of the things that we do a lot of that is really simple, instead of using bread and stuff, we use roll-ups, or we use tortillas and stuff. My husband's favorite, because I'm actually meal prepping his lunches because I'm out of the ones that the kids like, is using these spinach wraps. And even though it's a spinach wrap, it sounds healthy and it sounds like it's going to be so much better than a regular white flour tortilla. It's honestly no really different health-wise than a white flour. Can you grab me the mustard, please? I forgot that. So, and the cheese. I forgot. Can somebody take the cheese? I had everything ready and then it disappeared. So this is something that works really great for just getting in a protein and a carb, and then just serving your fruit and veggies on the side. And it is so simple to do. Literally, what I do is lay the cheese down first, put on the salami, and it does not have to be fancy. Keep it basic. And throw on, actually I always do the liquids or whatever first before actually using the lettuce. From here, this is where it can get a little tricky because you're trying to roll it up and keep it tight, and it can be a little hard the first few times, especially with the lettuce because it's so big and bulky. Girls, stop bickering. So just do the best and keep it as tight as you possibly can and roll it on up. So a little important trick, when you are actually making these and you got the roll-ups, make sure that the flap right here, when you go to cut this to make it into pinwheels, make sure it's actually down on the cutting board. Otherwise, when you go to cut it, if it's over here on the side or something, then as soon as you cut it, it's going to unravel and it becomes really annoying. And sometimes even if you have it facing down, sometimes it's still going to unravel. It really just depends on how, like that one unraveled. So it really just depends. And sometimes you gotta roll it back up. Now, sometimes we actually give these to Gabby, but Gabby will, of course, unravel it. She will not keep it together. So now you have your little lunch, and it's nice little pinwheels, a little grab and go bite size. So if you're running around chasing the kids, or you're driving in your car because like I work with social workers and stuff, so they live in their car. So this is like the perfect little thing for them. They put it in their cooler. They can just grab and go. And we just put everything into these small little containers because it fits actually pretty good into these. So now you have your lunch ready to go, grab and go, throw it in the fridge. It will last we do about 3 days worth and stuff. Sometimes I'll do 5 days worth, and usually by day 5 my husband's like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have gone that long. But they are so simple to do. You know, a lot of times we think, well, I don't have time, I'm too busy, you know, kids keep me busy, homeschooling keeps me busy, work keeps me busy, and honestly, those are excuses. They're usually, when we create excuses, one, we have to ask ourselves, how is that working for us? And two, what do we fear? You know, because we only create excuses when we are fearing something. Fear that we won't make it work, fear that we won't do the work, fear that it won't work for somebody like us. So we create excuses to help us feel better as to why we're not doing something. And yes, I'm too busy is a fear-based excuse. We don't want to make the time. And that's the thing, is everything in our day, everything in our life is something that we chose. You know, we said yes to it. So at some point you have to be like, you know what, I'm going to say yes to myself. And a lot of people are like, well, that's just selfish. And honestly, the hardest thing for people, and myself included, to learn was that saying yes to us is not selfish. It's actually selfish to not say yes to us, because then we're teaching our kids that if you're not constantly losing yourself to mommy martyrdom and doing all this stuff for your kids versus actually showing them how to take care of themselves, that part is actually truly selfish, and we're not setting them up, and they're going to repeat the same cycle that we are, and they're going to feel the same way we do versus feeling like, oh my gosh, I could do this. I'm in control, I can say yes, I can take care of myself and still be an amazing mom and reach my goals. You know, if you want this, when you truly want something, you won't be like, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time for that. You'll be like, you know what, I'm busy, but I will make a way because that's really important to me. So I'll make it work. I'll get up earlier. I will do a little extra while making dinner, or, you know, you will move mountains. When you truly want something, you will move mountains and make it happen. So that is why when somebody tells me I'm too busy, I know that they're not too busy. It's just that they don't value themselves yet. They don't see the value in themselves yet. And it's going to take time for them to come around. And hopefully they come around and see the value in themselves so that they can lead their families in that direction versus teaching them that they should always be burnout and putting everybody first and letting that resentment and feeling yucky and low energy grow. So like I said, this is something that is super, super simple. Helps the family to get in their protein, their carb, and then they just have to serve it with a veggie and a fruit on the side, and they have the complete meal. Hey Val, hey Carrie, I am actually almost done, but I'm so glad you guys hopped on. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you can see, like, really, there is so much time. You just have to make it. There's 24 hours in a day. There's always time to do things that matter to you. There's always time to make your goals work for you. You can always fit it in. Hey. So this is, like I said, meal prepping. If you're a busy mom and you're always saying, I'm too busy, I don't have time, and blah, blah, blah. This is meal prepping. This is your best friend, because look at, now there's 3 of these ready. There is 3 lunches or snacks or whatever you're at, because, you know, obviously different bodies, different needs. Their intake needs are going to vary greatly. Like for me, like this would almost be a complete lunch. I would just have to make sure I have chopped veggies with a fruit or something on the side to pair with this. But look at this. 3 days done in probably, what, less than 10 minutes? So yes, where there's a will, there's a way. You can always meal prep to get to your goals. If you don't know how to meal prep, if you don't know how to, you don't know what your needs are and stuff, because there's so many conflicting information out there. There's so many, like, oh, eat 1,200 calories and you're gonna get to your goals, or eat keto and you're gonna get to your goals. And I actually discussed that in my private group as a nutritionist, and not only as a nutritionist, but as a fitness specialist for nutrition as well, how keto is actually not a good option for you unless you have a medical reason like seizures and actually need to do something like that. So we actually discuss all of that stuff in our Fit family. And if you're ready to like remove the guesswork and actually have success, you know, during this holiday season, because I know it's so tempting to be like, oh my gosh, it's the holidays, I'm gonna start after the new year, and you just eat like crap and feel like crap more and more. You know, it's such an insane, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I did that and I don't understand why I did that, because the logic is just not there. But if you want to feel your best, you want to learn how to nourish your needs, you want to learn how to, you know, have the holidays happen and actually enjoy yourself. Like, I had apple pie a few times this weekend, I had pecan pie, and you know what? You know how much weight that I gained this weekend over Thanksgiving? 0. Nothing. Because I know how to eat for my needs, even while healing from this adrenal system, or healing from this adrenal fatigue, and dealing with it, you know, like basically putting my metabolic system to like a screeching halt and stuff. You know, I've learned how to start to turn that around and make it come back to life again. So, you know, everything that I'm doing, you can do. It is so simple. The best part is what I do, you can actually do it for your whole family, because it's not a diet. I don't diet. In fact, I shared a photo Saturday of my very first year living this lifestyle of no more diets ever again. And I had incredible results. And the ladies that I work with, they have had incredible results once they learn how to eat for their needs and actually end dieting for life. So if that's you, you want to learn more about my Fit family, hit me up, drop me a message below. But again, I hope that this really, you know, simple lunch helps you, shows you that, you know what, it doesn't have to be complicated. 3 days worth of the main parts of a lunch are already completed. That simple.